Greetings. Hello, bipeds, and welcome. Hi, I'm Stephen Sashin, CEO and co-founder of Xero Shoes, and this is a live call to chat about something that has been going on for a couple of days and is going on through March 14th, and that is our 2023 spring product launch sale. Between now and March 14th through March 14th, you can save 20% plus, and I'll say more about the plus in just a minute, on our 6 new products from Xero Shoes. We have performance products, we have casual products, and kind of everything in between. And pardon me one second, I'm going to make the, there we go. So this is a live event. What that means is if you have questions or comments about the sale, type them in and I will see them right here on my screen. So when you see me looking there, that's what I'm doing. And then I will respond. Now, if you're not watching this live, that's okay, because you can still put in your comments and questions and we'll have someone get back to you as soon as possible. So the simple thing is everything I'm about to talk about, you're going to be able to find on the websites that are listed below, Xeroshoes.com/spring23 sale or Xeroshoes.eu/spring23 sale. That's where you're going to find all the info about the products I'm about to show you. You're going to find where you can register to win one of 10 $100 Xeroshoes.com gift certificates or one of 10 €100 Xeroshoes.eu gift certificates. And the way you do that is really easy. May as well tell you now. You'll find our sweepstakes app on that page, either on the right of the page or the bottom, depending on the device you're using. And there's different actions you can take to enter the sweepstakes. Some you can do every day. The more different actions have different entry values. The more entries you get, the better your chances of winning. So there's a quick question. I'll come to that in just a bit, Holly. So anyway, what else do I want to say about that? Yeah, .com.au, register to win. Oh, also, I'm going to show you the products that are on sale because we're launching them. There's also products where we have new colorways that are for sale, but not at a discount just because they're new colors of existing products, but you'll find those as well. Oh, you'll also find reviews. That's what I was going to say. There are reviews, video reviews from people who've been trying out these shoes for a few weeks, and you'll see those as well. May as well tell you, well, let me just get in and I'm going to show you some of these shoes. I'm going to start. Let's see, what do I want to start today? I'm going to start on the casual side. On the casual side, we have a number of different products, and let's see, 1, 2, 3 of them, in fact. And first, I want to show you something. It has been one of the top requested items that we've had for a long time. People have said, hey, I need something a little dressier than what you've been making, something I could dress up with a suit maybe, or maybe you just kind of dress, I don't like the phrase dress down, but, dress sideways, wear well with a pair of jeans, for example. Travis says, hey, I'm going to say hey back. And so we have come up with, this is the Glen, an Oxford style shoe made with full grain nubuck leather. And this is a men's shoe. Now, let me say really quick, if you're a woman and you like the look of this, but you want a women's version of that, go to xeroshoes.com/feedback. And that's where you can leave those kinds of comments and requests. And if you have photos or a link to a photo that will show what you're thinking of, that would be a similar idea for this, like this for women, include that as well. So Oxford style shoe. And now's a perfect time to talk about what makes Xero Shoes special. And when I'm going to put this down for a second to do that. Basically, it's this. For example, well, I don't know, my brain is not working really well on a Sunday night. You have a quarter of the bones and joints of your entire body in your feet and ankles. Bones and joints, especially with bones that are connected to joints, that's designed for movement. And when it's in your feet, that movement is all about balance and agility and mobility. And the first thing is you want your feet to be able to move, because if they can't do that job, that function tries to move unsuccessfully up into your ankle and your knee, your hip, your back. And so we want to make sure that you can let your feet do their job so the rest of your body can do its job. One of the other jobs that your feet have, you have more nerve endings in the soles of your feet than anywhere but your fingertips and your lips. That's so your brain knows what you're stepping on or stepping in, so it can respond, so it can help you move efficiently, effectively, and enjoyably, starting by using those bones and joints in your feet. And so Xero shoes have a wider foot-shaped toe box, so your toes can spread and relax and not get squeezed together. Low to the ground for balance and agility. There's no heel lift that messes with your posture, or toe spring, which just means that the sole bends up and can't bend down. That messes with your gait. So it's a zero drop flat sole, really, really flexible in pretty much every direction you can think of, so those bones and joints can move. The sole is designed to give you protection and traction, of course, but also that ground feedback that your brain is looking for to know how to effectively, enjoyably, and efficiently move the rest of your body. And our soles are backed with a 5,000-mile sole warranty. Speaking of soles, if you know Xero shoes, you may look at this and think that sole looks pretty thick. It's a fake out. It's actually our normal thin, I think it's about a 5.5 mil thick sole, but it's a cup sole. So it kind of just wraps up around the upper to make it look, like a more normal looking Oxford style shoe. There are a couple of colors for this shoe, three of them, in fact. And in fact, all the shoes I'm going to show you, there are other colors. I just don't have them all with me because, as you can see, I'm at home and not in the office where I would normally have everything floating around behind me. So this is the Glen, and we're very excited. It's actually one of our best sellers. And Holly, I'm going to come to your question when I show that shoe, by the way. Michael says, I love the men's blue 360. Looks like they were removed from the selection. Is there a way to order discontinued product? If it's gone, it's gone. If you want to check and see if we have any, you can reach out to our customer happiness team and see if there maybe are some floating around in the warehouse. I don't have a good answer for that one, but call the customer happiness team and they will give you an answer for whether there are any to be found. And if we don't have that colorway, or if it's not coming in, then you can go to xeroshoes.com/feedback and leave that request and we'll see where it goes. Typically, if we discontinue a color, it's because it just wasn't selling very well. So as an example, I have a couple of red shoes that I love, and the people who own those red shoes love those red shoes. Red just did not sell. So there's times where, and I'll let you in a little behind the scenes. Once we become a bigger company and have more distribution channels than just where we're selling most of our product, which is online, direct to consumer, that's when it'll be easier to get some of those other colors in and have them on our website because there's going to be other people who are buying those because we have minimum order quantities, MOQs, if you really want to know, that we have to purchase for every color that we make. And so if we're not having an easy time selling through the MOQs, that's a problem. But when we have a whole bunch of retail stores, for example, they like those other colors just to show off what's going on, even though they won't necessarily sell the best. And also, there's another thing. Because we're expanding our product line to have more products for more use cases for more people, that's why we have to be a bit more conservative on the number of colors we make for each product, because for us, it's more important at this point, at this stage of our company, to be expanding the line to have more use cases for people than just have more colors of the same shoe. So anyway, I'm going to move on to our next casual shoe. And if you ever, kind of long for just a simple, classic, iconic sneaker, that would be the Dylan. We've taken this very classic silhouette and we've zerofied it. We made it the wider foot shaped toe box. We made it lighter. We gave it this incredibly breathable engineered mesh. You can see the accents here, there, and there that harken back to the shoes that we have that have the heel strap inspired by our Huarache sandal, the midfoot strap similarly inspired. And again, same cup sole as the Glen. So it has a more familiar look with something that is still crazy, crazy lightweight, crazy flexible. You can't see, I just was breathing through that. A nice breathable upper, really comfortable lining as well. This is the Dylan and available for men and women and 100% vegan friendly. So another thing that you might want to know. Are the white Dylan hard to keep clean? Holly asked, depends on what you do in them. I don't have a great answer, but you can hand wash them. You can contact our customer happiness team for cleaning instructions. And if you want to treat them with something, just in case, that's doable as well. We're actually looking into some of those products, but it really just depends on where you're living and what you're doing is the best thing I can say, which is kind of true about a lot of things in life. Okay, one last casual shoe, and then I want to say more about the sale and where to go and what to do. We got a couple things. Let's think about a shoe that's great for travel because it really weighs nothing, feels like nothing, fits in your pack or your pocket or your what's the word I'm looking for? Suitcase. That was the word I was looking for. And just, a really, really easy shoe to wear when you're on the road. Or a camp shoe, something you would wear, maybe you get out of your tent in the morning, slip these on just to wander around, make your coffee, etc. Or at the end of a day, you pull this out when you're sitting by the campfire, or maybe a good, just, slipper indoors, something you can just, use for walking around inside. If you don't want to wear regular shoes, just slide into it or step into it, or maybe, go out to the post office. No, I was going to say the mailbox is the word I was looking for, or actually to that end, maybe something simple to wear for running errands, walking the dog, etc. I know that sounds like 5 or 6 different shoes, but that is the Sunrise, because you're probably going to find hundreds of other uses for this that I haven't even thought of. This is the lightest shoe we've ever made. Again, vegan friendly, available for men and women. This is a microfiber upper. It has our Feel True sole on it, our durable Feel True sole. You can see how thin that is. A men's size 9 on this weighs barely over 5 ounces. A women's size 7, I think just like 4-ish, maybe even a little bit less. I'm I'm not storing that in my head right now. And you can either just step into it using the little, sort of elastic, it's called a gore section here, that'll let you slide in, or just step on the heel and slide in this way and just scoot around however you like. The Sunrise, it's one of the favorite shoes in our office. I got a call from someone the other day, bought a pair, got them, and then immediately ordered 2 more pairs. So just a really, really comfy, wonderful knock around, do anything you can think of shoe. All right, so that's the casual stuff. All right, let me reiterate. You can find out much more about all these products, including reviews that were made by people who've been wearing them for a few weeks. If you go to Xeroshoes.com or Xeroshoes.eu, if you're in the EU, /spring23 sale. That's the direct route. If you just go to our website, you'll find links that'll take you there. Again, you'll find reviews, more info about the products, links to go and actually buy them. And you'll also find where you can register to win one of 10 $100 Xeroshoes.com gift certificates, or one of 10 €100 Xeroshoes.eu gift certificates. The way you register to win, you'll find our sweepstakes app on the right of the page or the bottom of the page, depending on the device you're using. And you'll see there's different actions you can take. Different actions give you a different number of entries. The more entries you get, the better your chances of winning. Don't wait to see if you won before you pick up a shoe that you might like, for 2 reasons. Number 1, we don't announce the winners of the sweepstakes till after the sale ends on March 14th. So you've missed out if you don't do it that way. Secondly, if you do buy something and then you win, we can apply your winnings to your order. So there's that. Or of course, you can use your winnings to get another pair of shoes for you, something for somebody you love, or something for somebody that you would like to love you. Buy them a present is the gist of it. What else can I say about that? I say 20% plus off, because if you buy any one shoe, it's 20% off. But if you buy more than one style of what we have on sale, so let's say a Sunrise and a Glen, or a Sunrise and a Dylan, or a Glen and a Dylan, or all 3, doesn't make a difference. We give you an extra 5% off. So you get 25% off. That just shows up in your cart. I think that's all the info about that, the reviews. Oh, and again, a reminder, you'll also see we have some new colors of existing products. Those are for sale, but they're not on sale because they're just new colors of existing products. All right, let's move on to the performance stuff. And by the way, we're not going to stay on here too late. It's a lovely Sunday evening, and I've got some food to make and some TV to watch with my wife and my dog, who just walked in and is hanging out in his little, oh, wow. He snuck into his little house over there. Anyway, all right, next, performance. So Holly, here's the question that you asked. So in the fall, we released a product. We have our Prio, which is a fitness, training, running, do everything you can think of shoe. It was the first performance shoe we made back in 2017. It's our best-selling product almost every year, and we did an upgraded version, a little upgrade to the style that we did in the fall, but it was for men only, not because we didn't make the women's version, but we couldn't get it in time because of logistics issues. Well, now we have the women's version of the Prio suede. So we took the welded accents, or the I don't know what the word is. Anyway, we just made these suede accents all around the shoe. You can see it. And we also gave it a gum rubber sole. So it is the material is different for the gum rubber. And so not only a different look, but a slightly different feel as well. So the Prio suede, not surprisingly, not a vegan shoe. We try to make vegan products as often as we can, but sometimes some of the materials that are the vegan versions of things, like vegan leather, they don't work as well as what people expect or hope or think for certain applications. So anyway, we do them when we can. And most of our products, in fact, are vegan friendly. So Prio suede, again, you can do pretty much anything in it. It will work in the gym. It will work for a run. It will work for anything you could think of. But we really made it when you want to have a little athletic look, but a little more upscale to go with whatever outfit you think this fits with. Speaking of the Prio family, we have also taken that iconic shoe for us now that will never leave our product line, and we decided to make one that's a little more stylish and a little bit lighter, but still basically designed to be a do anything you can think of shoe, and that is the Xero Neo. So here's the Xero Neo. Comes in a number of really cool colors, has our heel/instep Huarache sandal inspired strap. It has the midfoot straps that are hiding behind here. This incredibly breathable, let me show you that, engineered mesh upper. Like almost all of our Xero shoes, it has a removable 2.5 millimeter sock liner or insole. So if you want more barefoot feeling, you can take it out. If you want a little more protection, keep that in. What else can I say? It's same Prio sole with our 5,000 mile sole warranty, but just again, lighter, more sleek, more elegant version of the Prio. And we are just super, super excited about this. Incredibly comfortable, welded components for protection all around, and a nice smooth lining as well. Stacy says, I'm new to your shoes and I love them. Well, that is wonderful to hear. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Oh my gosh, I've only got one left. So last shoe to show you tonight. I'm just checking to see if there's more comments. This one we are super, super excited about because we did this with a partner. It's the first time we partnered with somebody, and the partner is, I'm going to do it this way, Michelin. That's right, the company that makes tires for cars and bikes. We teamed up with them because they have a new material they made called Fiberlight, where they take a textile layer and embed that in some rubber. It allows that to make the rubber, it allows that to have the rubber be really thin, really flexible, really strong. And that is what we put on the new Scrambler Mid, perhaps the lightest fully technical hiking boot in the world. Take a look at the Scrambler midsole. So here's that Fiberlight layers, that yellow and the black as well. And right above that, you'll actually see in this colorway, that gray layer, that's our trail foam layer. We have that embedded in our trail shoes to give you a little more comfort and protection on the trails, but we just made it a little more visible. And again, like the Dylan and the Glen, wrap the sole around the upper so it looks thick, but it's actually still, pleasantly thin to give you the right amount of protection, but also that ground feedback that I mentioned that your brain is looking for. Made this really durable with this 2-ply toe cap, welded sidewalls for protection. The upper, it seems like a really simple material, but this is a really high-tech engineered mesh that is incredibly breathable, incredibly flexible, allows it to be really, really lightweight, and really abrasion resistant as well. The straps are hiding. You can barely see them hiding in there. So you can get the right fit by adjusting the midfoot and the instep. The collar around your ankle is really comfortable. And like all of our shoes, amazingly flexible. And like I said, maybe the lightest weight hiking boot you've ever found. Men's 9 is, I think, just barely over 10 ounces. A women's 7, barely over 8 ounces. And if you want a little extra protection, this is kind of tricky to see. There's that little gator hook. So if you know what a gator is, it's basically just a thing you put on your leg and covers the shoe. There's a hook to hold that on the front of the shoe. This shoe is so comfortable, I will tell you, that many of our wear testers, we didn't tell them what it was. We just said, hey, check it out. And I mean, the grip on that, you can see we've used this one. This is a tread inspired by the mountain bike tires that Michelin makes. And we've had people who just took it out and thought it was just a high top sneaker and ran trail marathons or trail 5 and 10Ks in this shoe. So while you can do that, we're happy to see if you do. We made this just to be a great shoe for like getting up a hill like a mountain goat. And that's what this thing does. Holly says, my Scrambler Mid came yesterday and I love them already. We're hearing that. There's probably about 20 reviews of this shoe coming out in the next month. And every one of them is like, oh my God, this thing is incredibly comfortable. I forgot I was even wearing them. And that's the goal. We want to give you products that at the end of the day, you forget you even had them on. Your feet feel as good at the end of the day as they did at the beginning of the day. So this is the Scrambler Mid. And if now this is for men and women and also 100% vegan friendly. It is not a waterproof shoe. Yes, that is in the works. We just couldn't make that happen in time. And we wanted to have a number of different things. Some people don't want waterproof because that can get a little warm. Some people want the breathability. So we're doing both. Just this is the one we are coming out with first. Okay, quick thing, 2 quick things before we kind of wrap it up. And since I am going to wrap it up, if you have any last minute questions, toss them in and I will answer them before we call it an evening. But one, if you don't know, I'm going to put this in the chat, www.jointhemovement. If you don't know, I've got a podcast called The Movement Movement. And it's at www.jointhemovement. There's nothing you need to do to join. That's just the URL that I found. There's no secret handshake or song you need to sing or exercise program we do every morning. But it's just me interviewing and chatting with people who are doing interesting things when it comes to natural movement. Or sometimes it's me just ranting about things. I've got a rant coming up about the idea that just because some Olympic runner or world champion runner runs in a pair of shoes, that doesn't mean those shoes are good for you. It also doesn't mean that you're even buying the same shoe that that person is wearing. And why would you think that it's just the shoes? In fact, I'll give you a little taste of this one. When Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, Everyone, and then, after he did it and no one had done it before him, suddenly a whole bunch of people were doing it. No one ever implied or suggested that it had anything to do with the shoes that he was wearing. Yet, when Eliud Kipchoge ran the sub 2 hour marathon, everybody said it was the shoes, except for Eliud Kipchoge, who came out with a bunch of articles where he was saying it wasn't the shoes, it was my legs. And he has proven that to be true in a number of ways. So it's an interesting thing that people think it's the shoes when maybe it's about your form or the surface you're running on. Here, I'll give you another hint. There's a guy named Delano Merriweather who in 1971 set the world record for the 100-yard dash. Still stands because after he set that record, everything switched to meters. But he ran the 100 yards in 9 seconds. Now, here's an interesting thing about Delano Merriweather. He was not really a sprinter. He was a medical student. He used to sprint to burn off steam, which he had to burn off a lot of steam in part because he was the first and only, at that time, Black student at Duke University Medical School. And so he just entered a race, set an American record, kept training and running, set this world record. Now, he was running in shoes that are much more like ours than anything you've ever seen before, and on a cinder track surface, which is not the most springy or resilient or handles force the best. But his 9.0 100 yards equates to about a 9.8 100 meters, which this year would have made him, if not one of the fastest 100-meter runners ever. And that's 52 years after he did this. Gives you something to think about. Okay, second announcement. If you know the show, the NPR show, How I Built This, it's going to be coming out tomorrow on Amazon Prime Music and Weatherly, and then a week from tomorrow for everyone else. And Lena and I are on the show. We got interviewed by the host, Guy Raz, and this episode is airing tomorrow for paid subscribers and next week for unpaid subscribers. We don't know what it's going to sound like because they cut it down from about 5.5 hours to a little over an hour or 90 minutes. I'm not even sure. So it's going to be very interesting. We're all looking forward to it. Anyway, all right, those are the two announcements before. No other questions came in, so that's great. So let me just do the reminder. The sale that we're doing now, save 20% plus on our new styles. Again, if you just buy one of our new styles, you get 20% off. If you buy more than one, doesn't matter which ones or how many more than one, you get an extra 5% off. And the sale is running through March 14th. Do not, if you can, do not wait till the end of the sale to pick up what you want, because we are already looking like we're going to sell out of some sizes and colors. And we've only been running the sale for like 4 days or something. So definitely, if you see something you like, grab it before it's gone. We don't know when we're going to get more in. We're still looking at that. We've called the factories and said, holy crap. So we're preparing, but you might have to wait for a couple months for that. So Xeroshoes.com/spring23 sale or Xeroshoes.eu/spring23 sale. That's where you'll find more info about the products, reviews of the products done by people who've been wearing them for a while, and where you can enter to win our $100 Xeroshoes.com gift certificates or 100 euro Xeroshoes.eu gift certificates. We're giving away 10 of each. And a reminder, don't wait to see if you won before you buy something, because A, that thing might be gone, like I just mentioned, and B, we don't announce the winners of the sweepstakes until after the sale ends. But it's not a problem. If you pick something up and then you win, we can apply your winnings to your order if you like, or we can let you just buy something else with your winnings, or get something for a friend or someone that you would like to have as a friend. And the way you enter the sweepstakes is simple. Go to those pages. You'll find the sweepstakes app on the right or the bottom of the page. It might take a few seconds to load. And there's different actions you can take that give you a different number of entries. The more entries you get, the better your chances of winning. And there's some things you can do every day. So come back and win and register as often as you can. Okay, no other questions came in, so that's perfect. I just want to thank you all for being here. Do me a favor. Well, I almost don't have to say this. I was going to say spread the word. But since Lena and I started Xero Shoes a little over 13 years ago, in the corner on the floor of a spare bedroom, the number one thing that has driven our sales and the growth of our business has been people telling other people, oh my gosh, these things really changed my life, or oh my God, they're so comfortable, or oh my gosh, I'm doing things I've never done before, or doing things that I haven't been able to do because it hurt too much to do it. And also just being stopped on the street by people saying, hey, are those Xero shoes? Or where do I get those? Or didn't I see them on Shark Tank? And being willing to have those conversations. So thank you for those of you who've done any of those things. We really, really appreciate it, because look, everyone at Xeroshoes is committed to the same mission. Our mission is our mission. In other words, we're not doing this for some other reason. We're doing this because letting your feet and body do what's natural is really important. It's really good for you, demonstrably good for you. And we're trying to do everything we can to really just go back in time, because prior to about 1972, most shoes looked like ours, and people were not having the injury rate that they've been having ever since, the problems they've been having ever since. And so we're trying to reverse time. We're going to do a little, get in a DeLorean and hit it at 88 miles an hour and see if we can make this all work a little bit differently. So your help is incredibly appreciated, and your kind words incredibly appreciated. And if you have issues and problems, we're happy to hear that too, because we're always trying to do better. The one, I got to tell you, the most difficult thing about being CEO and co-founder of this company is you can never get things perfect. Manufacturing is never a perfect thing, and that pains me to no end. You can call me names, and I never take that personally. But if you have a problem with anything we've done, I take that very personally, and I want to do as much as we can, as fast as we can, to alleviate that so you and everyone else can have a better experience. Can't do it immediately because making things takes time, but that's our commitment. And every year things have gotten better and better and better. And they're just going to keep doing that, because the bigger we get, the better access we have to more and better. And so that's so it's all very exciting. So thank you for helping with all of that. Again, spread the word for the sale. 20% plus off between now through March 14th. And most importantly, that's very, Baltus, thank you so much. Very sweet of you to say. So most importantly, go check out the new shoes, pick your new favorite pair or pairs, get them, slide them on your feet, go out, have fun, and live life feet first. Have a good